Hi, it's Snorgle. Welcome to this brand new playthrough of Backspace Backspace Backspace. So, this is by the same people that did Sips and Sonnets, and I enjoyed it immensely. And I saw they did this, and I thought it was compelling to me. Press E to continue. So, this is really short, maybe 20 minutes tops. I read the warning. My role model made it clear what I was getting myself into. Following those humble footprints, left behind by a literary giant. Quote, writing a book is a horrible, exhausting struggle, end quote. Like a long bout of some painful illness. And so, I writhe terminally. My eyes have been glued to my monitor at this exact window since 5:30. Well, it's not entirely true. I occasionally looked at my phone, or at nothing in particular. An escape from an escape. I set out to make, but I consume. I self-mummify. I just sit and stare. What is wrong with me? This word count is pitiful, to say nothing of the quality. Quote, hanging on a hopeful old weak post-it? Really? I've been racking my head trying to squeeze out this idea. It was so clear in my mind. And this is all I've got? I could have done this in seconds and probably better. Right? I still got a lot to go. Right? I get things wrong all the time. Okay, can I get going on right here? Generative AI, including ChatGPT, is wrong 30 to 70% of the time. The fact it's wrong that often that people still listen to it is deeply a problem. Okay, AI gets things wrong all the time. And the more it makes, the more it struggles to stay cohesive. But my friend on Discord, he said he pumped out a novel in 29 days. A whole novel. That's 80,000 words, give or take. He's got a publisher and everything, too. Meanwhile, pathetic. Why am I doing this? Why am I subjecting myself to this? I could have been anything by now. I could have been an artist. Yes. Painted entire worlds for all to see. Concepts, landscapes. Telling a story with visual cues. Not with words. Meaningless, slippery words. I had to choose the worst skill to work on. Right? Really? Was I kidding? Sure. I can start practicing a different skill. Those who already excel at them always say that. Not too late to start learning, they repeat religiously. They're probably right. But why does that phrase feel like such a bold-faced lie? It gives me the impression of a gleaming athlete, patting the sable kid on the back, or like a stick thrown for a dog to fetch over and over and over. That's great. That's a great analogy. With a happy, drooling face, accomplishing nothing. Am I making sense? Not nothing. Oh. I suppose dogs do bring us joy. And running is meaningless. Endorphins and all that. But I mean, think about it. What can I hope to achieve by starting a new hobby now? I've already put too many eggs in my basket. You can't fish for serendipity in a lake ages dry. Well, I mean, okay, that's fair, I guess. Serendipity. It's one of those words, you know? A word you feel so self-assured you know it. Makes perfect sense in your head. But when asked to define it, you blank out. And or make up something vague and hope they buy it. Or it's like precarious, sheepish, like idiosyncrasy. Did I pick this up from somewhere? I think it meant something like odd behavior. I know a thing about those then. Stop speaking in metaphors, you idiot. You're not in a book. How do they do it? I know exactly what I want to happen. It is right there. My story. My thought. No. No, no. Calling a thought is an insult to human cognition. Might as well be a painter with 10 broken fingers. Pink and grotesque like a whole fermented pig's. What? Yeah. This brain whirlpool is suffocating me. I need to go for a walk. Anything but this. Run away. We always do. Oh, God. Keeps happening. A voice batters me. Like having an abusive parental figure. Ever present, lodged in my skull, following me everywhere. Eating away at me. I can't. Hi, Mom. Ooh. I'm going out. No, just around the block. But I don't have any money. Fine. Okay. I love you too. I'm leaving now. Wow. That was surprisingly disturbing. Streetlights are out again. Can't believe she wants me to buy dairy now of all times of the day. For a second, I thought it was too important to buy groceries. Where do I get off thinking like that? I mean, historically, children were solely made to work. Not ancient history, even. Imagine me hefting a hoe half my weight. No, my two greatest concerns are going on an errand and that I can't write to save my life. It's hard to imagine sometimes. Our ancestors? Yes. Generation after another, barely scraping by, dying at 20. And again, people wrote back then too, right? Surely a privileged skill at the time, but I guess they died so I could write. And again, huh? Nani? Sorry. That passerby. Man with the hat. I think he just looked at me. Did he look at me? Is something wrong with how I look? My face? I know. He probably thinks he's better than me. I bet he compared himself to me and then looked away because he saw enough to think he was better. But if he knew me, he'd think differently, wouldn't he? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's not better than me. I have so much going for me. Who does he think he is? I have no clue that wait. Did he think? No. I could take him. Put me in a room with him. I wouldn't even need a weapon. Why do I care what he thinks? Not only did I care, I swelled from within. No more than a few milliseconds. Likely an intentional eye contact, too. A symbol I will certainly not come across a second time. And yet, for a moment, it felt like an hour-long debate, where I had to prove incontrovertibly my value as a human being. It was the briefest glance. Someone I don't know and never will. Argued with myself and lost. He's gone now. You're right. But I don't imagine everyone has to deal with this. Certainly not every time they're outside. Ever since AI took over production lines and most jobs, people had far less reason to go out to study or work. And be naturally inclined towards laziness. Human socialization was reduced to texting for the most part. Well, yeah. No one hangs out. This eroded social skills to the point where people forgot how to say hi. Not that I was a social butterfly before, but to think that I'd become such a recluse, such that a stranger would make my adrenaline pump like a faucet? Ugh. I read about it somewhere. Being looked in the eye unnerves animals of all sizes. Somewhere in our genetics, eons ago, eye contact became the universal sign of danger. It meant you were being stalked. A predation candidate, soon to be shredded alive. But somewhere along the way, we decided that eye contact was not even that bad. It's required, a polite gesture, showing attentiveness. Maybe it means you're careful, I suppose. Yeah. It is pretty late. I had to fix those stupid streetlights. I'm not going to the groceries just yet. I have to go there first. My second birthplace. Your second birthplace? I dreamt I dwelt in marble halls and came to find it true. I wasn't born for a time like this. Was Jones? It's the only choice. Was Smith? Were you? Oh. By the way, I love the chip tunes on this. Long ago, something terrible was unearthed. A being of unimaginable power, fueled by hate. It was called many, many things. Monster, aberration, a great and unfathomable evil. It was led up into the world to hate and bring ruin. The more it saw, the more it hated. The more it hated, the stronger it grew. All attempts at stopping it failed. Even trying to outlive it, it outaged them. Hate drove it to outpace even farther time. And everything it came across, it turned into rubble, or mincemeat, until it meant an unhateable person. Someone so kind, they were wholly impossible to love. A hate-fueled being could not bring itself to cause the person harm. And the person, in turn, found the thought of hurting it unthinkable, even if it meant saving others. It was totally unplanned stalemate. A stalemate that allowed the hate-fueled being, for once, to feel love. The hate-fueled being and the unhateable person loved each other. Probably more than any two souls ever have. How come, one might think? Perhaps because the hate-fueled being knew how deep the hate pit can be. Giving it one-of-a-kind spectrum of emotion. Or perhaps the unhateable person was just not worth it. But the hate-fueled being, by definition, could not continue to be. And so the hate-fueled being died after having finally, truly lived. Or so my story was supposed to go. If I ever managed to write it, I love the concept. Hey, which of the two do you think I am? You're both at once. How? That's a bit paradoxical, isn't it? You're silly. The truth is, I envy them both. I kind of said that. Power, love. In the end, we all fight for one or both. And most of us pass away having ended up with neither. In one sentence, I described my story to an AI model. It filled the screen in seconds. I had to scroll for a whole minute to see the end. The result was disjointed. A bit unwieldy like a monkey with a gun. But it was more text than I've ever written and put together. It was vocabulary I'd never even thought of myself. And a structure that makes so much more sense. Maybe disconcerting reader could tell the difference. But there are enough AI-made publications out there. And that actually sell. To put off the most sound-minded people of an art form. This is a sinking vessel. And everyone else is jumping ship. Oh. Okay. Long ago, I used to come here to read. Or when I wanted to feel safe. Every other day or so. I told my mom that I went to school, but I hid here the whole time. Making sure I was back by the time school was over. Wearing my backpack and my fakest smile. Thinking back now, it was a miracle I managed to get past high school, but only when hiding did I ever feel safe being myself. It's most likely how rodents feel at all times. I didn't mean to pity myself, but everyone walks like life. To them, weighs a feather. But to me, it crushes me. Life pins a pillow to my face so firmly I never run out of breath. Please, Can nothing we ever make it stop? The only thing worse than suffocating is not being able to die from it. What is left for me to do? My only means of self-expression fails me. Or maybe I failed it? What am I? Who are you? What? I didn't see that coming. I was told once, remember when you struggle, your suffering is yours, but it is not unique. Suffering is suffering. We all deserve some degree of sympathy. Very true. And I suppose knowing others are muddling through life like I am makes me feel a bit less incompetent. I don't suppose this is Schadenfreude. I do not owe life an excuse to continue being in it. Do I? Wow. Back to the computer. There. I deleted it all. Oh. Maybe this time will be different. Maybe this time I can read it without cringing at myself. And even if I do, I can always sit here and stare and hope the thoughts materialize on their own. Like up in a jigsaw puzzle, hoping it solves itself. That's interesting. Probably not the most effective way, but interesting. We have a terrible inclination to relate very strongly to catchy quotable lines, short and punchy like a gotcha into the universe. We post them, wear them, and tell them to others like a boring gospel. Like moths to a lit candle, we gravitate and blind ourselves. We are not perfectly human slots waiting for the right advice to fit in. What worked for someone may sound catchy to others, but it can be just another truth-shaped lie to accept. A square peg trying to fit in a round soul. Writing a book is a horrible, exhausting struggle. Like a long bout of some painful illness. Does it have to be? I think I've outgrown quotes. I'm just glad I can make something I can call my own. Nice. So there are two endings to this. I'm going to call this the good ending. That was marvelous. This is by Blue Tango Street. The same small company that did Sips and Sonnets. The thing I thought really interesting about this was that they made this in a week. All the writing, all the art, all the programming they made in a week, including like the chiptune music, like all that done in a week. And then they said they took like 2 months of debugging. But I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. What a great, nice story. I just can't wait to play Blue Tango Street's next game because they just produce such really nice, interesting, thoughtful games. Love it. Wow. Also, quite some localization too. It's interesting. This game is it's only 15 minutes. I picked it up on a Steam sale. I don't remember how much it was, but it's less than $1. It's a short game, but I enjoyed the story immensely. I wonder what the second ending is. I'm assuming this was a good ending. The second ending was the bad ending. It's interesting to me though. I think that what he's going through is understandable, but I also think that their cat's called J-Lo. I think that I mentioned before, I'm a formal trained musician. I used to be a professional. If you struggle creatively, I think just produce work. Just keep producing work, and pretty soon it's just a muscle that you have to flex. And I love that. For every struggling creative soul, we believe in. Heck yeah. So if you're struggling creatively, just produce work. Keep producing work, even if it's not very good. You're flexing that muscle. So thank you so much for watching this playthrough of Backspace Backspace Backspace. Absolutely marvelous game. I had so much fun. What a great story. Loved it so much. And I hope you enjoyed experiencing it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for something new. What a thoughtful game.